Hey guys, it is currently 8:01 in the morning on September 4th, and today's morning has been very slow for progress when it comes to writing. I've been working on Serial Killers Anonymous. I haven't switched over to Grimm just yet. Serial Killers Anonymous isn't part of the 3-day period thing right now. Later on, once I cycle through, back before I get to the beginning again, so I'll add this on at the very, very end. And then it will get a straight 3-day period without any other books interrupting its progress. But otherwise I'm going to be attempting to work on it roughly every day in order to get as many words throughout the month as I possibly can. Also, I'm sorry, I have Bean, the new calico cat, sitting here on my lap. Unfortunately, because she hissed at Celine first yesterday, Celine is holding a grudge and will now hiss at anything that smells like Bean, which is a problem because it means that now we have to go through the process of putting something that smells like Bean in her room and slowly moving it closer to her food dish so she associates it with the positivity of eating her food. So currently, I'm in the process of making this towel smell like Bean. So she's sitting here on my lap, gently kneading the towel and occasionally my arm. But she's just sitting here relatively peacefully with the occasional stand up and try to walk on keyboard, which is weird for me, because despite owning cats for most of my life, we've never had an inside cat, that, you know, was around the computer or anything like that. So this is a new experience, but I'm very happy for it. Bean likes cuddles and Celine never has. But I'm hoping that once I get this towel to smell enough like Bean, that I'll be able to put it in one corner of where Celine's food dish is, but like the furthest away from it, and then slowly move it closer. That's what the website that I was looking at recommends, so that's what we're doing. But outside of that, busy morning. I'm just working on Serial Killers Anonymous, seeing how things are going. As I'm writing, I'm keeping notes of where the original scenes come from, if they're brand new scenes, how long the scenes are, because right now I'm haphazardly dividing them into chapters, but they're subject to change at any point in time, because I don't know if I'll have all of Wayne's scenes written in the first draft, or all of Jamal's, or all of Beau's, or all of David's. So I'm not set in stone on when the chapters are, and that's why I'm keeping track of the word count of each scene, because generally I decide my chapters based on, partially on word count, and then when they've hit their goal for each chapter. But I am doing my best to make things as simple as I can for myself, and I'm not used to writing out of order, so I'm writing the book in its normal order, trying to fill in the scenes where I think they need to go, but then preparing to maybe have to move them around or stitch in other scenes after this rewrite is done, and just go from there. But otherwise, right now in the book, I think I'm on chapter 2 in the original draft. So far I have moved a scene from the prologue to chapter 1, because there were 2 scenes in the prologue and only one of them is a prologue. The other scene is definitely just the first chapter. So I moved that to chapter 1. Otherwise I haven't done a ton of moving around yet, but I added in Wayne's first scene that doesn't exist in the original, so that is a step in the right direction. I will give you guys a word count later on, but for now I'm going to spend about the next hour sitting in here trying to get some writing done, but we'll see, with Bean here on my lap. She'll lay down occasionally, she'll stand up other times when she wants a different pet, so we'll see how much I manage to accomplish. But I feed Little Dog at 9, so that's when she'll go back out on the porch. So I'm gonna cuddle with her for about the next hour while I try to get some writing done on Serial Killers Anonymous. We'll see what happens, and then after that I will switch to Grimm, but I'll give you guys an update sometime shortly after 9, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, it is 9:15. I just checked Serial Killers Anonymous, and I've written 850 words in that today, which brings my total in the book so far to 2,248 words. So, progress. technically. Very slow progress, but progress. So from here, after I enter that count and my September written count as well, I am going to exit out of Serial Killers Anonymous and open up the Grim Reaper rewrite. For this 3-day period, we are aiming for 25,000 words, which looks like 1,649 words each day. So we will see how that goes. I'm going to open up Grim, work on that for a little while. I will say that both of my wrists aren't feeling great today, and this one, I've got cat scratches. They don't show up super well here, but I've got one here, and they're all little tiny ones up here from Celine. Not angry scratches, thank God, but when she plays, her claws are just fully out all the time. But she scratched my arm up pretty bad, so I can't wear my brace on this very tightly, so not enough to provide the compression that it needs, and I can't put any of my pain rub on it. So I'm doing my best, but both wrists are sort of shifty. It's a little chilly, so my knuckles are cold and a little swollen, so I'll probably have to heat up my microwave thing at some point and put that on my hands. But we will see how things go. I'm going to find out where the hell Grim Reaper is here on Google Docs. I have way too many documents. And then from there, I plan on getting water over at my grandparents' place and then maybe doing some more writing before bed. But we will see how things go, and I will post or keep you posted and give you an update at some point with Grim Reaper progress. Alrighty, it is 11:44 in the morning, and I didn't get very far with progress in Grim. I did finish chapter 10 though, so that's something. I also took some more of my notes here. I went through at least 1.5 or 2 scenes to write down notes, still catching up on that. But with Grim here, I've written a little under 200 words, and I will put that in my app just so that way I can see. I've written 196 words in Grim, which isn't a ton, but some days are just slower. I just haven't been feeling it today. I have days that are slower just because the characters aren't really talking much. I have days that are slower because I'm in pain, or it's cold, or I'm busy, or I'm stressed out, or anything. And I think today it's just a combination of things. With Celine hating Bean, it throws a wrench into a lot of plans, with moving her into the house and clearing out the porch again and stuff like that. It really slows down that process. My throat's randomly killing me, which I'm mildly concerned about, but there we are. My knee is completely done. It hurts so much that I'm to the point where I've almost cried multiple times. I can't take any pain medicine because of my anxiety/chronic pain meds. So I'm not allowed to take like ibuprofen or Advil or anything like that. But between my knee and my throat and my wrist and how cold my knuckles are, it's just been a pain in the ass. And of course my back is still dicked up. It has been for months. But it's just, everything is slow. The main benefit of today has been that I heard back from my 3rd alpha reader on the Kidnapping of Eve Lincoln? The Kidnapping of Eve Lincoln, book 1 of the Carver Baxter series. And she, like the first alpha reader, really liked the book. She didn't find it boring, she found it engaging, she was entertained the whole time, etc., etc., which is good. As I said previously, I think I said it in the August work in progress videos, it's absolutely okay that the second reader found it boring. Not every book is every single person's taste in the world. That's why there are people that like certain books, and people that hate certain books. but having the 2-to-1 ratio makes me feel a little more confident with proceeding with that series. So at some point in the near future, hopefully I'll pick up The Poisoning of John Doe again, which is the final book in the Carver Baxter series, and hopefully I'll be able to finish that, but we'll see. And then I can get around to doing some more edits on Eve Lincoln and the rest of the series and start getting it out, probably not next year, but the year after, since I already have initiated plans to publish Serial Killers Anonymous next year. But we'll see how things go. I'm tired, my eyes hurt, I hurt. I'm going to warm up my microwave thingies, brush my teeth, and hopefully fall asleep without too much issue. But I will see you guys hopefully later on in the evening, setting my alarm for 5 like I normally do, and hopefully things will go well there. But otherwise, that is all that I have for now. When I wake up, the plan will be to work on Grim Reaper and continue on from there. So hopefully the next time you see me, it's with actual progress, but we'll see. Hey guys, so it's 5:55 in the morning on September 5th. We're going to go ahead and close out the 4th here. I did no more writing yesterday. Yesterday was a bit wild after I woke up. I initially woke up at 5. I was absolutely miserable. I had one of those, it's not a headache, but it feels very compression-y on all sides of my head, and everything echoes in my head. No like light sensitivity or anything like that. It just noises are very echoey. They still are, but not as bad as when I woke up. But after I let the dogs in and out, I went back to bed, slept until my mom got home around 6 something. I don't know what time it was. It might have been later than that. But then it was Friday, so my sister came over for supper. So I was up for that because there was no way I could sleep while they were talking in the kitchen because, again, sounds echoing in my head. And then we went over to my grandparents to help them move their old recliners out and move new ones in. And then after supper, we came back here, or we were here for supper. After supper, we tried to introduce Celine and Bean to each other again, and that didn't go well. Celine's holding a grudge because Bean is the one who hissed at her first during their first meeting. So Celine is holding a grudge and hissed at Bean the moment they smelled each other, and then Bean hissed back at her, and then Celine threw a big ol' hissy bitch fit the rest of the time that I tried to get them to introduce each other. So we're going to take a day-long break from that, at least, and go from there. But I'm hoping that things work out there soon, but we'll see. But I didn't get any more writing done. I tried, but the keyboard back in my mom's room on the desktop was way too loud for my head. So I maybe got like 2 words in on Grimm, but that was it. So with September 4th, I wrote 1,046 words. 850 of those being from Serial Killers Anonymous, and 196 of those being from Grimm. So things are slow on both counts right now, but that's okay. Here on the 4th, I am hoping to accomplish a little bit more, but we'll see. I haven't done anything yet this morning. I'm hoping to accomplish something in Grimm, but things are slow. I'm hoping that the keyboard back on the desktop doesn't hurt my head when my mom gets up, but we'll see. And if that's the case, I'm hoping to also accomplish something in Serial Killers Anonymous. I'm hoping to move some veto prompts over to the Google Docs, but we'll see. And we'll just go from there. That's about all I can do at this point, is go from there. But I'm hoping that that and the sore throat aren't indicators that I'm getting another sinus headache, although I guess I would take that willingly over any other options of what it could be, obviously. But the sinus headache stuff is very, very hard to deal with, but if I have to deal with it, I'll deal with it when we come to it. But normally the sore throat and that compression feeling where sound echoes in my head and I feel like my head's in a vice grip, that's generally how the sinus headaches start for me, so we'll see. But that is all that I have for September 4th. Slow progress day. And that's okay. If you enjoyed this video, a like is always appreciated, and if you'd like to stay updated on my writing, my editing, and the gaming videos I upload roughly every Friday, or anything that I do on this channel in between, feel free to subscribe. I'll have links to my authors pages, as well as links to my social media in the description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.